everybody? It's Justin. Happy Wednesday. Hump day. AMA day. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Everything look good? Let's check. Let's make sure we're live. You know the drill. I gotta make sure I can see myself. Refresh. It says live. Let's check. I got the house squared away too. I turned off Alexa. I can say it. I don't even have to worry about it. She's not gonna turn on and freak me out. All right, I see myself. Cool. Click for more. Got some people here. What's up, Sam? Mute. I think we're good. Boom. Awesome. We are here for live Ask Me Anything number 32. 32. I think it's 32, right? I hope I got that right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 32. Ask Me Anything. AMA. Today is a little bit different than the last few weeks because I've been super science nerdy lately. I'm going to chill on that for this week. And I think it's very, very important that I chill on that this week. Why? Because I tell you guys this all the time, and I hope that nobody takes it the wrong way or anything, but when I get too sciencey, things go awry. And my inbox gets lit up, and my Facebook messages get lit up, and my friends that I know personally, they text me, and they tell me all the things that I said that I didn't actually say. And they tell me all the science, but they have it completely backwards. So it's very, very tricky, right? So I have to be really careful. And we're gonna talk about fasting. We're gonna talk about fasting tonight a little bit. I have to touch on that because there's just so much confusion around it. So I'm gonna take it easy in the science a little bit, and I'm gonna pull back and kind of view from 30,000 feet. I'm gonna explain to you guys why we do all of this, okay? And how trying to jump full bore from going to like zero understanding of nutrition to the biochemistry of it is going to mess you up. It's going to mess you up. So I want you to keep your eye on the prize, and I want you to understand where you're at in your journey and be really, really honest and really pure and really genuine in where you are and where you're trying to get to be. I'm not just trying to fill your brain with as much as I can so you can go out and show everybody how much you know. That's not what this is about, right? That is a surefire way to get yourself into trouble. So anyway, it's not gonna be a very, very science-heavy episode. We're going to talk about life after success, one of the most common questions I get. And I'm going to explain why getting the question now in the place where I got it from that inspired this episode is really great. But generally speaking, the place that I get it from, which is from a new client on day one, is really bad. So I'm going to explain to you what I mean by that. First things first, if you've never seen an AMA, this is a live Ask Me Anything that I do every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Central, on the Clovis Culture Facebook page. Ask Me Anything is literally I take questions from the Clovis Academy, which is the free online private Facebook group, has over 1,100 members now, tons of engagement, really great. You can go in there, you can click the results tab, there's a little topic section, you can click results and see all the crazy results and transformations we're getting in people. That's where I get a lot of these questions from. I get a lot of these questions from the I Am Clovis group, which is people who have custom nutrition plans. They work one-on-one with me. They get those from clovis.store. If you go to clovis.store, I might need a new board soon. This thing's getting weird. I want to get one of those nice glass ones and upgrade. But clovis.store, people get custom nutrition plans. They're in the I Am Clovis group. And then there's a Clovis Kids group, which is for the entire family, right? For Clovis Kids. Really, really important. That's my whole heart is in Clovis Kids. I love it. Transforming whole families, whole households. That's where I get a lot of these questions from. So today, again, this question came from the Clovis Academy, from a dear, dear friend of mine named Jackie Smith. I'm gonna explain all that. But today we're talking about life. Life after success, okay? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? Or not necessarily, not the way you were taught it as a kid, right? I'm gonna talk about what all this means and what the heck life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness has to do with nutrition and Clovis, the nutrition guy, right? So I wanna talk a bit about how we measure success and why so many people are really bad at dreaming, like really bad at dreaming. I'm gonna explain that. The goals we set are teeny tiny goals, yet they seem insurmountable to us at the time that we set them. So much so that when people actually achieve their goals, they're almost confused about what to do next. And we'll talk specifically about fat loss and what to do when you achieve your set goals in health and wellness. We're gonna go back to the origins of Clovis. We're gonna talk about personal freedom and how easy it is to lose sight of. We're going to talk about setting goals, defining success, and exploring your newfound freedom as you grow on this Clovis protocol. If your only goal was something abstract like to lose weight, then once you lose the weight, is your journey complete? It's over, right? You hit your goal. It's all over now, right? We're done. So we're going to chat about this because I got this great question from Jackie and it inspired this entire episode. So here's a quick preview. This is the exact quote that came from Jackie when I was asking for ideas for AMAs. Quote, "I'm getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. What happens then? I'm not mentally ready." End quote. Okay? I'm getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. What happens then? I'm not mentally ready. So there's so much to love about this simple statement that it's not even funny. Like, it's so powerful that I was able to build an entire episode around it. She asked it at the exact right time. Most people get this backwards, and they ask me this question on day one. That is self-sabotage, plain and simple. Everyone goes, what happens on day 31, right? Don't ask me that question. Most people want the end result. They do not want the journey. They want the destination. They don't want the in-between. They want the result. What happens then? What happens when I'm done? Quote unquote done, right? So we're going to get into all that. So quick pre-frame. My name is Justin Nault. I am a certified nutritional therapist. I am a certified specialist in sports nutrition. I am now officially a certified specialist in fitness nutrition. And I am the CEO and founder of Clovis, Clovis.store. Go check it out. I invented the Perfect Paleo Powder, which is a line of paleo-friendly nutritional supplements. They are made from 100% whole foods. They are freaking delicious. I love them. I use them personally every day. You can get those at Clovis.store as well. I invented them here in this kitchen. That's right, I invented a product that did not exist out of thin air in my kitchen, and now I transform people's lives. I help them lose 40 pounds, 60 pounds, 80 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever. Jackie's been in this for 6 months. I don't even know how much she's lost, but she's very close to her goal weight. So now I'm in the business of transforming people's lives. That's what I want to do with you. If you'll let me, check out Clovis.store. I would love to do that. Let's take a quick look at what people are saying, and then we're going to drop in. Cursor, there it is. What's up, Carla? What's up, Randy? What's up, buddy? Christy's here. Shanna's here. Sarah Smith's here. Hey, Sarah, what's up? JP's here. We got a bunch of people. This is awesome, guys. Kimberly and James, awesome. What's up? Sam, Jackie, hola, Anna, Erica, Lisa's here. First one live. Awesome, cool. All right, let's do this thing. Let's jump in. I love the hearts. I love the happies. I got an angry face. Why'd someone make an angry face? You want to fight me? What do you want to do? Huh? Why are you angry? Tell me why you're angry. Punk. I'm just kidding. Caitlin's here. Cool. What's up? I tell people it's a permanent lifestyle mindset, not a diet. Yes, exactly. 150%. Okay, so let's jump in because this is definitely kind of a mindset episode for sure. Mindset's very important. Ryan Edward, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're live, man. That's awesome. All right, let's check this out. So we're going to jump into this week's episode and we're going to talk about freedom. If you are a member of the I Am Clovis group, then you'll see that literally the first picture that you see within the group it says hashtag I am free. Now, if you're in the Clovis Academy and you've seen the manifesto that I try to do every day, don't make it every day, but there's a manifesto there that you can read, that people say aloud every day, that I say sometimes in live videos in that group, and we talk about being free. I am free. What does this mean? This word freedom, right? That's what I built Clovis on. I built Clovis on freedom, and I'm trying to get people to understand what I mean by freedom. This word freedom that I always use is probably the most misunderstood thing I ever say in any of my Clovis content. Completely misunderstood, right? What led me to understand this is when I introduced fasting to Clovis, right? I have been discussing fasting now every day, every hour of every day of my life since I have released a fasting episode, which was AMA 25, 7 weeks ago. I have been talking about fasting until I am freaking blue in the face. And no offense, but you guys ask me the same question. Everyone asks me the same question over and over and over and over in a different way. What about this? What about this? And my answer is always the same. This is as simple as it gets. So, quick update, side note, I'm going to release a new ebook that I'm writing that is a complete fasting protocol for whatever kind of fast you want to do. For intermittent fasting, for a 24-hour fast, a 48-hour fast, a 72-hour fast, a 5-day fast, a 7-day fast. We're going to talk about supplements. We're going to talk about salt. We're going to talk about sleep. We're going to talk about everything so I don't have to answer these questions over and over, okay? I'm going to create a new ebook for you with a protocol because this needs to happen. For sure, okay? It's gonna outline all the details, all the different types of fast, the different reasons for the different types of fast, the different health goals that fasting does, how to combine them, how to do one at a time, everything, right? Because this experience with fasting has shown me that all of you do tremendously well with Clovis, the protocol. I can honestly say at this point, of everything that I have seen, of everything that I have studied throughout the health and wellness space, Clovis is more successful than any other protocol at sustainable long-term success. And it's not even close. It's not even close. The short-term results are staggering. The long-term results are staggering. And I shatter plateaus. People come to me completely stuck. I'm on a plateau. I plateaued on Whole30. I plateaued on keto. I plateaued on paleo. Boom, I shatter the keto. I shatter the plateau. What is the common denominator? It's an incredibly solid plan and protocol. It's well thought out. I make it for you and it's detailed. Right? That's a good thing. But there is a downside to this. And this is where the fasting confusion kicks in. I have noticed that the vast majority of you absolutely freak out and lose your shit when you don't have step-by-step instructions. But that defeats the purpose of fasting, literally. It's the opposite of what you want to be doing, right? So I mean, literally, I'll tell you this right now. I have gotten emails from people. They write me an email like concerned that they're peeing less while they're fasting. Now, mind you, these are people that are like, they're like 16 hours into a fast or like 18 hours into a fast. They're like, I'm pretty sure I peed more yesterday. Something's wrong, right? Like it's pandemonium in their heads. It's complete pandemonium, right? This whole not eating thing just simply terrifies people. And it's a mix for me of being fun to watch and incredibly alarming to watch because this is obsessive compulsive behavior. It's completely obsessive compulsive. The fact that you can't just stop eating for a certain period of time, that is obsessive compulsive, right? The level of paranoid obsession is far from freeing. You guys want to take supplements. You want to know exactly how many ounces of water you need to take in at every second, and you need to know how much salt, and you need, what do I do for this? And it's like, chill, stop eating. That's it, right? Now I will build you out a protocol, whatever, for the questions and everything, but this level of paranoid obsession for everything, this protocol, this plan, I need this, I need that, right? It's far from freeing. It defeats the whole purpose of fasting when all you want to do is interfere with what your body's doing at every second, right? So tonight is going to be a little reminder. The goal here is freedom, not obsession. The goal is freedom. Now, a couple things. It is my personal belief that discipline equals freedom. It is also my personal belief that routine equals freedom. So in that sense, I get where you guys are coming from. I understand wanting the protocol, wanting the plan, wanting this, but it's just the idea that some people still think that not eating is bad for you. So you notice some little thing in your body and you're like, oh my God, Justin, am I dying? I'm like, you could literally survive for months on nothing but water. Okay, just chill, right? So, but I understand the need for the protocol because I do really well with discipline. I do really well with routine. This is built into my everyday life. That said, the discipline and the routine should be fluid. It should change as your goals change. It should change as your interests in life change. It should change as your physique changes, as your physical abilities change, right? So that's what brings me to tonight's topic, life after success. And I'm putting bunny ears around success because success looks different for each and every one of you, every unique individual, right? So I'll be a little self-indulgent in this episode and we're going to talk about what my life looks like because my goals are assuredly different from yours. 99.9% of people who come to Clovis want to lose weight. 85% of those people are women. And 85% of those women are between the ages of 24 and 44, right? So it's pretty, I got the demographic, right? I know who you guys are. Now, when it comes to health, given those demographics, I am further along in my journey. So I can explain what life looks like on the back end of fat loss, once you have that foundation down, right? So the reason I'm gonna do this is because I've designed this life for myself strategically over time, and I wanna talk about that process a little bit. So let's get back to the one sentence that Jackie said. I am getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. What happens then? I'm not mentally ready, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break that sentence down into 3 parts, and we're gonna talk about the different parts. I need a new board, y'all. Somebody send me one of those fancy glass marker boards. Okay, so number 1, section 1 of this that we're gonna touch on. I'm getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. I'm getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. My response? One down. You're getting super close to your goal. 1 down. Just means you need a new goal. That's it. Congratulations. You've achieved something incredible. You did it in less time than you thought you'd do it in, and you did something that you never thought you would do because you told me you never thought you'd do it, right? So we're gonna talk about that. Number 2, what happens then? My response? You decide. Life is now literally a choose your own adventure book. That's what this comes down to. You have more options than you have ever had because you've got the fundamental foundation of good health under control. Number 3, I'm not mentally ready. My response? Good. That's the whole point. You weren't mentally ready for day 1 of Clovis, but you jumped in, and now you're 6 months in, and you're about to achieve your goal. Of course you're not ready for the next chapter. That's the whole point. Continual self-growth. This doesn't stop, okay? So let's jump in. I'm getting super close to reaching my ultimate weight loss goal. 1 down, okay? Generally speaking, every client I have right now has a goal surrounding their physique, usually fat loss, weight loss. Everybody calls it weight loss. It's really fat loss that they want. Now I'm gonna compare that to my current goals in life. Why? Because my goals are not physique related. If we take an average overweight person, by their standards, I'm done. What do I mean by that? I stole that from Jim Gaffigan's stand-up comedy bit that I love. He's got this great bit about going to the gym. And he's like, you ever go to the gym and see people who are in really good shape in the gym? And I just look at him like, what are you doing here? You're done, right? Like, it's a really funny bit. Dude, it's hilarious. But it's a hilarious bit because comedy is only good if it has some aspect of truth to it. And that's what makes us laugh. You look at the guy with 12-pack abs at the gym and you think, you're done, dude, and go home. Go watch TV or something, right? America has a real problem with that. We have a real problem with goal setting. We think very small as people. Our goals are absurdly achievable, and they always have an end point. All these goals have an end point, right? So if someone comes to me and they say they have a goal of losing 40 pounds, what they're really saying in their brain, they're telling me verbally, I want to lose 40 pounds. What they're subconsciously saying is, I will agree to sacrifice some things just for a bit so I can lose 40 pounds. Then I can go back to doing all the things that I sacrificed. But I'll weigh less, so I'll be happier, right? This is an absurdly bad way to think about life in general. And most people don't realize that that's actually how they think. I might be saying that out loud, and you might be saying, oh, no, I don't think that way. I don't think that way. Many people, the vast majority of the over 500 people that I have worked one-on-one with think this way. They don't know that they think this way, but they think this way. So let's think about my life if I compare it to average, right? 70+% of adults are overweight. 70+%. So if I compare that to the average person, right? Do I need to lose weight? No. Can my body perform the way I want it to? Yes. Do I make a comfortable living? Yes. Do I have the freedom to travel? Yes. Do I have any physical limitations whatsoever? No. Do I do fulfilling work that makes me happy each and every day? Yes. Okay? So check, right? I check a bunch of boxes. My life checks a bunch of boxes, right? So like Jim Gaffigan says, I'm done now, right? No, hardly. I have only just begun. I just move on to learn different things, right? So we're taught that personal growth is meant to fix things that we don't currently like about ourselves. And once they're fixed, then we can go back to doing whatever the hell we want, right? We just gotta fix them and then go back to doing all the shit that got us there in the first place. It's crazy. This is why people yo-yo diet their entire lives. Short-term goal setting literally sets you up for failure. Go back and watch my AMA, How Setting Goals Sabotages Freedom, right? You need help because you keep messing with everything, right? You go, I'm gonna be good for a little while and I'm gonna go back to my old shit. I'm gonna be good for a little while, then it's Ben and Jerry's. I'm gonna go be good for a little while, then I'm gonna watch some TV and eat some Doritos, right? That kind of stuff. Now, this is where the self-help thing comes from, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I love nonfiction books, the whole self-help genre. They are literally the reason why I am in front of you today. But very few of them tell you what happens once you've achieved that singular goal, which is also my issue with having a singular goal, right? I tend to set multiple goals in different areas, and we're going to do more on that later. So that's this first part, right? Now, the second part of her sentence was, what happens then, right? So I'm very, very close to my ultimate weight loss goal. What happens then? You decide. It's like a choose your own adventure book, right? So Jackie and I chatted today, and she explained to me, I told her, I said, listen, I'm doing a whole episode about this sentence that you said. Like, I'm going to build a whole episode off this one sentence. She's like, cool, that's awesome. So she explained to me where that sentence came from. She was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about self-sabotaging. So I think it was a woman, she said, but like just before she's about to reach her goal, she'll self-sabotage, and that prevents her from achieving this goal. The very end, like, oh, I'm 10 pounds off, right? And now I'm gonna eat a bunch of chocolate chip cookies and I'm gonna go off the Clovis protocol for the next 2 weeks and gain back 10 pounds, right? That seems like crazy behavior. Why would somebody do this? They're doing it because of fear of the unknown. And that's what you're dealing with right now when you say, what's next? I'm about to reach my goal, right? I'm not mentally ready for this. It's a fear of the unknown. So you've had your mind so focused on one goal, like I want to lose X pounds, right? And you go all in. You follow your Clovis protocol perfectly. Every decision you make is centered around that goal. I'm getting emails from people like, Justin, I went 2 grams over my fat macro today. Did I ruin everything? Oh my God, I should just give up, right? Like this kind of obsession, right? But it's obsession, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because you feel a tremendous sense of purpose in this obsession. This is giving you something to obsess over besides fucking Desperate Housewives, right? It's giving you something beneficial to obsess over. So every pound lost on the scale gives you a little hit of dopamine and a feeling of fulfillment. Now, before you know it, 6 months have passed and you're just a few pounds from your goal, right? Uh-oh. Now what? What happens when you hit that goal? What do you do now? You say, okay, I hit that goal. Well, now do you try to just get even skinnier? Okay. Set that goal, hit it. Well, now you're even skinnier. What happens after that? You gonna get more skinny? Where does it end, right? This is a singular goal you have now. This is a physique goal, right? That singular goal, you keep hitting it, what now? There's gonna come a point where you can't get skinnier and be healthy, right? So, and this is where the lack of imagination fails people. It's simply a lack of imagination because here's the sad truth. You have self-limiting beliefs. This is what's happening. You have self-limiting beliefs, I promise you. And let me explain this. Now, for some of you, this is not going to be your life. I get it, okay? But for the vast majority of people that I work with, the vast over 500 of you, this is true. And I don't know if anyone has ever detailed it to you this way, okay? I want you to think for a second. Many of you have been obese or overweight for the majority of your entire life. By the time you get to me, you have spent the vast majority of your life overweight or obese. Your entire life. I want you to think about that. Think for 1 second. You truly cannot grasp just how limiting that has been, your entire belief system. This episode's gonna make me cry, right? You can't imagine how limiting that has been. You know, you probably think you can imagine, but it goes deeper than that. I promise you it goes deeper than that. You've been dealing with this for as long as you've been alive. So I want you to think about this. Think for 1 second in terms of self-limiting beliefs. This is just random stuff I'm gonna throw at you. Have you ever thought about training jiu-jitsu? Have you ever thought about doing a strict handstand? Have you ever thought about hiking Mount LeConte in the Smoky Mountains? Right? It's an 11-mile hike. I've done it many times. Have you ever thought about bungee jumping? Have you ever thought about playing in a kickball league with some friends? Have you ever thought about taking salsa lessons? Have you ever thought about exploring Machu Picchu in Peru? Have you ever thought about getting scuba certified? Have you ever thought about having visible six-pack abs? Not for the vanity, just because you want to prove you can get six-pack abs. Have you ever thought about wearing a skimpy two-piece on a public beach? Right? Probably not. Sure, some of you have thought these things, but many of you definitely have not. You've never thought these things. This is literally just a random list. I'm not saying you need to do any of those things. I'm not saying those are the things that you think of. I'm just letting you know. I want you to think about this. Think about how self-limiting your belief system is when you have one simple thing that's completely reversible: obesity. This one thing that holds you back in every aspect of your life, right? None of those goals, not one is not better than the other. They all carry their own unique challenges, and they will all bring a level of fulfillment. You can't say the guy who wants six-pack abs is wrong and the girl who wants to do a strict handstand is right. No goal is better than the other. We're all individuals. Everybody wants different things. We'll find fulfillment in different things, right? Everyone is different. But the self-limiting belief is just crippling, and I hear it every day. I get messages from people who still haven't signed up for plans where they're just like, I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I really want to try Clovis, but with my pre-existing condition, it's probably not a good idea. I'm like, what? With your pre-existing condition, whatever that bullshit term even means, right? That's the exact reason you need this, and you're using it as a reason not to do it. You've limited yourself without even making an attempt. You've stopped yourself dead, zero chance of any progress. You wrote it to me in a sentence: I probably shouldn't do this because of my pre-existing condition. Now, if you say my pre-existing condition is type 2 diabetes, you're probably obese. You might not be. There are skinny type 2 diabetics, but it's the same thing. It is a food issue and it is completely reversible, right? That's just one example. So a 300-pound person is not going to write me an email and say, I want to do a handstand. Their first email to me is simply not going to say that. So again, we're back to mindset. And the possibilities are literally endless. So if you reach your target weight, it's time for a new goal. And that's very exciting because the only real limitation that you have is your imagination. That's it. Do you want to know how many people told me I was crazy when I was using food dehydrators to grind up foods and say, I'm going to release a protein powder? Not only that, I'm going to release the only paleo-friendly protein powder in the world. Yes, it was the first in the world at the time. That's a crazy person thing to do. But I did it. Here we are, right? So it's time to reevaluate self-limiting beliefs. This is a big, big deal. So part 3 of this thing is this part that I say good, right? I'm about to reach my ultimate weight loss goal. What happens next? I'm not mentally ready. That's the big one. It's very honest. It's part of the reason why I love this sentence so much, why I love this question so much. This is the most important part of the sentence, and this word good is the most important response of everything that we're talking about here, okay? This, I'm not mentally ready. This is where the self-sabotage comes in from that podcast that Jackie was listening to. So it's not that the woman in the podcast doesn't want to achieve her goal. It's that she's afraid of losing the journey. She's afraid of losing purpose. Think about that for a second. She's afraid of losing purpose. I understand that people think that they have purpose, right? You go to your job, you take care of a kid, you got a hubby, you got this, you got that, right? This purpose thing. It's very confusing to people because most people are living based on purpose that society told them is purpose. It's not really what's their purpose. It's not a purpose they decided for themselves. You see what I'm saying? So these people are afraid they're doing something for themselves. They're getting a better physique, right? They have this new purpose. So let's say this woman in the podcast, right? She's been focused on this goal that has consumed her thought process and all of her decision making. Human beings are wired for effort. Being lazy actually goes against all of our genetic wiring. It's a big reason for depression, right? It feels good to be useful. It feels good to do useful things. It feels good to progress stepwise towards goals. Accomplishment feels good, okay? Now, for many of you, Clovis may be the first time you've ever succeeded at improving your physique. That is a damn good feeling. Absolutely. And the journey towards that goal is loaded with constant fulfillment, right? You get daily fulfillment from working towards this goal. Literally, helps you feel fulfilled every single day. You're working towards a goal, and every single pound that you lose is a victory. It's a mindset victory, it's a physical victory, it's a health victory. Everything about it is a good thing. So let's be clear and unwind this a bit, okay? If we unwind it and take it a little bit backwards, the idea of I'm not mentally ready. She's not saying, let's try to finish the sentence, okay? So she's, I'm not mentally ready, but let's say we add to that sentence. She's not saying I'm not mentally ready for success. What she's saying is I'm not ready to be done. I'm not done. I'm not ready to be done. Your brain is telling you that it wants to keep going. It wants to keep working. But if you achieve your goal, you have nothing to work towards. That was your goal. So, why not self-sabotage? If you self-sabotage, this way you can keep the same goal and you can endlessly chase it. It's like an old school cartoon, right? With a horse and a stick and a string with a carrot. You just endlessly go towards this goal over and over and over and over. You never lose your goal, right? Carrot dangling in front of your face. You like having the goal. So let me be a little bit self-indulgent here. And I'm going to take it back to my personal goals. Hold on. Clovis is telling me that someone's live. Get out of here. Get ready. I don't want your notifications. I'm busy, Facebook. Jeez. All right. So I'm a little self-indulgent here, and I take it back, and we talk about my personal goals right now, which are all written down, by the way, and there's a boatload of them, right? It's just the way that I operate. It's how I got from point A to point B, from young Justin to old Justin, musician Justin, Nashville Justin, whatever, all these things, right? So I write all these down, and here's what they look like to me because I don't have these physique goals, right? I want to be able to hold a strict handstand, straight up and down, straight as a board, legs together, toes pointed, stiff. I want to be able to hold that for a minute straight, at least effortlessly, right? I want to perform a slow, from full extension up, a slow, controlled ring muscle up on gymnastics rings. None of that kipping, flop like a fish CrossFit bullshit. I'm talking a strict ring muscle up from start to finish, bottom to top. I want to be able to do that. I want Clovis to gross over $100,000 a month. I want to visit Puerto Rico. I want to get my scuba certification. I want to be fluent in Spanish. I want to write a book. I want to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I want to train jiu-jitsu in Brazil. Here's a fun life experience for you, okay? All these things that I'm saying right now. Come up with some dreams like these and start saying that shit out loud to people. For real. I'm telling you right now. Just wait and see what happens. Wait and see what you come up against. Tell someone you're going to invent a protein powder in your kitchen. Wait and see the eye rolls, the condescending smiles, the shit-eating little smirks, right? The people whispering when you're not around. Finding out later that people were texting, dude, I totally thought you were going to fail. I thought that was crazy, right? Everyone, the Icarus deception, you're flying too close to the sun, man. You're flying too close to the sun. Stay in your lane. Understand your limitations. That's what society tells you. Take the red pill. We talk about this all the time. I have been laughed at for my goals my entire life. I had a guidance counselor tell me that I should not go to music school, right? I went to music school, bought this house with music, everybody. Nobody thought I was going to get a network TV show, right? It's all this shit that I did. Everybody tells you you're crazy. Everybody tells you you're crazy. So I want you to start planning your goals out in a bigger way and see how society treats you. How society treats you, because it actually gets real lonely. When you start dreaming real big, it gets real lonely because you have to remove the negative people from your life. You can't have the negativity around you. If you're going to be a big dreamer, you can't have negative people around you. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Trust me, I've dealt with it for years. It's crazy, my whole life, right? So watch how quickly people try to pull you back down into reality. But here's the thing. Everything that I just listed, I am going to achieve every single one of those goals. I promise you, I am going to achieve every single one of those goals. If you stick with Clovis, which is basically documenting my life and journey. Clovis is me, everybody. What's up, right? You will see me achieve every one of those things. I promise you. Why do I know this? Because I train jiu-jitsu every week. When I'm driving home from jiu-jitsu, I pop my AirPods in and I grab a voice memo and I dictate every single thing that I learned. I go through the entire class in my head and I record it. Then when I get home, I listen to that recording and I write in a notebook by hand everything that I learned in that class in my jiu-jitsu journal, right? I know this because I hung gymnastic rings in my garage. I have a full gym in my garage. Hung gymnastic rings up, started working on gymnastic rings every single day because I have an italki account that allows me to work with Spanish tutors in Argentina via Skype to work towards being fluent in Spanish. Because I literally just booked my flight and Airbnb in Puerto Rico for September today. Booked it, going. Because I just hired a consultant to help me achieve my revenue goals for Clovis on the back end. I'm working behind the scenes every day, all day, every day. And on and on and on and on, right? And I'm gonna say this to you, and I hope to God that you're in the right mindset to take this as motivation. Your weight loss goal is just the beginning. Your weight loss goal, it seems insurmountable. I get it. I get that it seems insurmountable. This is step one, everybody. Step one if you want it to be, right? It's just a weight loss goal. On day one, it seems insurmountable. I totally get that. But I promise you, Jackie never thought she would be here. Jackie, who asked this question, never thought she would be here. How do I know that? Because I have a message on my phone today from Jackie saying, I'm about to hit a body weight that I never thought I would ever achieve in my entire life. And I'm freaking out, right? I'm about to achieve a body weight that I never thought I would ever hit in my entire life. Any questions? Right? Any questions? I want you to stop limiting yourself. I want you to understand what you are working towards. I want you to understand what I am working towards when I work on you one-on-one, when I work with you one-on-one. What are we working towards? My goal is not to have your nose stuck in the Carb Manager app, freaking out because you went 2 grams over your fat macro that day. My goal is not to have you losing your freaking mind because you're not sure if you should be taking your multivitamin during a little tiny 24-hour fast, right? Don't freak out about this stuff, right? I don't want you freaking out because you didn't precisely measure your water intake during your 18-hour fast. What? Okay? So my goal is not to have you be sedentary just because I told you that in the first 30 days I don't want you to be working out so we can reset your metabolism, right? Don't take that as an issue. I'm never going to exercise again. Justin says don't exercise. No, that's crazy, right? And on and on and on. My goal is not to trap you in the minutia. Fuck the minutia. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your life. I'm talking about your life. What are you talking about? The 10 pounds you want to lose? Dream bigger. Dream bigger. That's what this episode is about, okay? Now, and to be clear, this may feel negative. I'm sorry if it feels negative. It's not meant to be negative at all. I love Jackie to death. I'm tremendously proud of her, and this is nothing but, this has me on fire. I am so pumped that she's hit her goal. It's just, I'm sitting here going, the sky is the limit for this girl. This girl has no idea what she can do. She has no idea what she can do. She's absurdly talented. I know we went to music school together. This girl can do anything she wants to do, right? She's got twins. She's an amazing mom. It's endless. It's endless what you guys can do. But you have to take the red pill. You have to wake up. You have to understand that the rest of society is fucking bullshit. Okay? Trust me. I live outside that regular circle every day. And yes, it can be isolating. Yes, it can be lonely. Do I have a lot of friends like me? No, I don't. I don't. Okay? But that's cool. I'm fulfilled. I am so fulfilled. I don't give a crap about the TV in my living room. Okay? So I want you guys to understand this. My goal is to give you the tools and the foundation that you need in the beginning to achieve your short-term goals so that in the long term, you can start flying closer to the fucking sun. That's what I want. That's why I'm here. That's why I do this work. And trust me, sometimes it is difficult because I am stuck in the minutia. Because you're checking away the marks on the scale and you're telling me about it. And I'm sitting here ready to explode because I want to talk to you 8 months down the road when you don't recognize yourself and you're not getting winded walking up the stairs anymore. That's what I'm excited about. That's why I'm on fire. That's why I love doing this. I love it. Because I know you guys are here. You're at this step, right? We got a ladder, right? I'm up here trying to help you, right? My ladder still goes up here somewhere. I don't know where that ladder's gonna end. By the time I'm 60, you know what kind of shit I'm gonna be doing? I guarantee I'm gonna be changing the world, promise you. So if you're down here, right? I'm smiling up here because I understand what this is. I understand all of this. And I'm pumped about it for you. It's gonna be amazing, right? Let's take a little break. Let's look at some comments. Whew, this is a good one. This one's fun, all right? Preach it! This is very motivational. Best AMA. Powerful. Wow, cool. Ursula, what's up? Hello. Tears for real right now. Awesome, Shannon. That's great. You already got me a job I never would have applied for. Yes, Carla. I got one more section of this AMA left, and I was going to talk about that, which is amazing. I'm super proud of you. Thank you. The thing about the negativity, OMG, so true. Also, favorite AMA so far. That's good to know. Cool. I like that. See, a lot of times people want science, but science, Justin, probably gets boring, I would imagine. What's up? Yep. Self-sabotage happens a lot. I made it. What's up, Jess? Cool. Mike, hey man, what's up? Love that guy. Yeah, we're up to Jim Gaffigan now. I'm sure we're talking about that. Mornings were so free. So much free time not eating. Yes, it's crazy. That's another thing. You realize that you do certain things out of habit, not out of necessity at all, right? Make a hashtag shortcut for use lazy folk to buy. All right, let's see. First time live, we're back up. All right, cool. You're awesome, Justin. Thank you, Sarah. You're awesome. It's been a while. Come visit. All right, let's jump into the last section of this. So, something I want to touch on. I want to wrap up this episode with something that I said in a Firefly chat. If you don't know what a Firefly chat is, this happens sometimes in the Clovis Academy, and it happens sometimes in I Am Clovis, the private group. Basically, it's, I'll get home from a day of work or jiu-jitsu or workout or whatever, and I have a nice little patio on my back. I got some bistro lights up, screened-in porch, and I'll just turn the camera on and go live and just chat, and I just kind of talk about my thoughts for that day, right? And it's just random. None of it's planned. I just talk, and we call it a Firefly chat because I have fireflies all over my backyard, right? So I told people in one of these Firefly chats something that I wanted to bring into a full-blown episode, and that is the idea of always being a white belt. I told people to always be a white belt. For those of you that don't know me yet, I am a jiu-jitsu guy. I love it. I am a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. That is impressive to some people, not to me, and here's why. My instructor, Clay, explained to me what being a black belt really means. He sat me down, he talked to me about this black belt thing, and he said, most people think that a black belt is a master or an expert. But in the martial arts world, all it means is now you are finally ready to begin. You are finally ready to start learning. As a black belt, you are finally ready to begin. As a black belt, that's the way we look at things in the martial arts world. And if you translate this into day-to-day life, it'll be very, very, very helpful for you. That's the way I want you to look at all things in life. It's the way I want you to look at every single goal. You are a white belt in Clovis. I teach you how to be healthy in the beginning and how to achieve optimum human performance over time. We're laying a foundation. You are a white belt. I have seen people go out into the Facebook realm and pretend that they are a nutrition black belt, and they get exposed very quickly, and it's very embarrassing, right? So understand, be humble, know where you are, have humility. You are a white belt in Clovis, right? Now, once we lay that foundation for health and eventually lay the foundation for optimal human performance, you are now ready to begin living your life to the fullest in a way that you have never known. And without that foundation, you will always be limited. If you haven't gone to clovis.store and signed up for a nutrition plan with me, and you haven't been able to crack this code on your own, you will always be limited. For the sake of $97, you're always going to be limited. Congratulations. That's not prioritizing well. But now I want you to understand this limitation thing. Like I said earlier, if you get winded walking up the stairs, I promise you, your life is going to be tremendously limiting. Tremendously limited. Absolutely, there's no way around it. Things really start to change when you cover the basics of human health. That's why we start there. That's why I'm here for you, and that's why you found me to begin with. To get the basics under control. Something subconsciously underlying, there's a deep fear in being overweight. This is what I've understood with everything. Every obese client I've ever worked with, there's an underlying fear. There's fear of being alone. There's fear of being embarrassed. There's fear that your kids won't respect you. There's fear that your husband will leave you. There's so much fear associated with it. It's crazy. It's all underlying. You pretend that you just want to look better in the mirror, but that's not it. You're trying to squash this fear, right? So, to the people like Jackie, if you're close to a goal, Jackie or anyone in the same boat, you're almost there. Congratulations. You are ready to start dreaming bigger. You are ready to start dreaming bigger. What are you going to do with that realization? Do you want abs? That's a serious question. I bet you some of you are shaking your head or laughing right now, right? That is a serious question. And that's a legit goal if you want it. And don't just instantly say no, you don't want abs because you think that all people who want abs are vain. You live in a different reality now. You can have whatever goal you want. I have abs. Does that mean that I'm a bad person? Am I an asshole because of that? Or does it mean that I have worked my ass off? That I have made incremental steps to achieve something, right? What does it mean? Reframe everything that you think you know when you start achieving these goals. If you want abs, I'll help you make the plan. And you'll have yet another goal that you will achieve. Okay? Do you want to take an adult gymnastics class? Learn rings like I'm about to. Do you want to learn acro yoga? Do you want to quit your current job and become a lumberjack? You can do whatever the hell you want, literally. Whatever you want, no limitations, just your imagination, right? So what I hope this does for people is remove the idea that physical fitness goals are all vain. It's not true. It's simply not true. People who are day one in Clovis don't have physique goals. They don't want abs or anything like that because they simply can't imagine it, right? They're not talking about sub 10% body fat because they can't imagine that, right? And they don't like in shape people because all the ones they see on Instagram are douchebags. Let's be honest, right? Is this all making sense? I don't want to start ranting about fitness influencers on Instagram, which is a interesting space all its own. Close-ups of abs. People like, be fearless. Look at my six pack. What exactly are you afraid of? You conquered fear by posting your six? Oh, wait a minute, what? What are you afraid of? You afraid not enough creepy dudes are gonna like your thong picture? Get the fuck out of here, fearless. Anyway, let's move on from that. But so the other thing I want to touch on is career, right? And the career thing because, particularly because of what Carla just said in the comments up above. So this is the last thing we're gonna touch on tonight. Let's see what time it is. What time we got? 8:51. I flew through this one, man. I didn't. Had a lot to say today, I guess. So also, by the way, before I wrap this one up, yeah, I just kind of picked this one out of thin air based on that sentence, but I was like, this one, I guess I've been kind of itching to get this out because it really is. It doesn't sound like a lot, but this fasting thing was crazy because it let me see into the minds of everybody. It let me see the fear, the tremendous fear. I mean, like, fear of not eating for 16 hours, you know, like, and just, I went deep in the science, deep in how this is one of the most beneficial things you can do. And you would think that these people at 16 hours were like afraid they were going to die, you know? This is a mindset thing. Mindset. I always end up coming back to mindset, always, which brings me into this last part, which is career. And it's the very last thing I'm going to touch on because I love going here and I love getting people worked up, okay? If you are in a bad relationship, leave them today. Straight up. If you're in a bad relationship, leave them today. Screw the old school dogma, screw the religious dogma, screw the, it's my cross to bear. I have this person who treats me like shit every day, but I made a vow. No, leave them. Leave them. Straight up. If you hate your job, quit. today. For real. You live in America. The odds of you starving to death are slim to none. Plus, you know how to fast now, so you don't gotta worry about it. I'm telling you, it sounds funny, but for real. If you are living with an asshole every day, leave them. If you have an asshole boss who puts you down, who puts negative thoughts in your head, if you have a job that you get in the car every day and you are miserable driving there because you can't stand the thought of the next 8 hours, quit now. Straight up. Go be an Uber driver. I promise you your life will get better. I promise you. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Don't care about titles, right? If you can make more money as a bartender and be happier than being an accountant, but the world doesn't look at you the same because you don't have the CPA next to your name, right? It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's negativity. It's negativity that you don't need. If you are miserable, change things, right? And maybe the physique goal is the first thing that. Maybe you need to lose 40 pounds. Maybe you need to lose 50 pounds. Maybe you reach your goal like Jackie does, and maybe you feel like you can take on the world. Then we start making those changes. Fantastic. And guess what? I'm here for every single ounce of that. You want to talk to me about anything? I got mindset books. If you go into I Am Clovis, go to clovis.store, get your custom nutrition plans. Go look at my recommended reading list. I got mindset books. I got nutrition books. I got advanced. I got beginners. I got everything. Want to learn about biochemistry? Let's learn about biochemistry. Want to learn how to change careers? Let's learn about changing careers, right? Step one, this, here, think. Up the ladder, right? So stop with the self-limiting beliefs. There are multiple people inside of Clovis now who found me, improved their health, lost a bunch of weight, quit their jobs, and embarked on new, more fulfilling careers. Literally sent me videos and said, I got into this thing to lose some weight, and I started listening to Justin talk, and now I quit my job, and I have a new career, and I'm so happy about it, right? What? I mean, I love helping people lose weight, don't get me wrong. I love these fat loss testimonies, I love this, but these career testimonies might be my favorite testimonies of all. That's so impactful, right? You don't realize the self-limiting belief when you're not happy with yourself physically, health-wise. It's a struggle to get out of bed in the morning. Good luck taking on the world or quitting your job or finding a new career or learning anything new, right? The motivation's not going to be there. We got to get that foundation. First and foremost, take the red pill, everybody. Wake up. The only person holding any of you back is you, yourself. That's it. And if there is somebody else externally who's holding you back, get them out of your life. Straight up. Get them out of your life. All right, that's the end of my motivational, inspirational rant. Live Q&A. Let's do it. Hit me with some stuff. What do you guys got? Send me some questions. This one went really quick. I'm surprised. We flew through that hour. Usually I'm like 9:20 and I'm like, oh my God, I have more to get through. But this one was just, maybe it was one for me. Maybe this one was self-indulgent. I don't know. But for real, I want you guys to understand that it's, you know, I'm constantly working towards my personal goals, and you see me. If you're in the academy, if you're in Clovis, you see me. You see me every day. You see me either visibly see me in a live video, or every day, or you see me commenting every day. You see me writing messages back and forth every day. I run all the customer service for my store. I'm in charge of everything for Clovis, and yeah, I'm working my ass out on the rings, and I'm studying Spanish, and I'm booking trips to Puerto Rico, and I'm reading probably 8 hours a day. I literally just read nonstop. Learn. Learn, unlearn, relearn, study biochemistry, plan AMAs for you guys, right? You're not too busy. None of you are too busy. I do not care what you say. None of you are too busy. Understand that. This was so important. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Yeah, I can't believe how fast I went too. This has been awesome. Thank you. It was awesome. I needed this today. Perfect timing. Awesome. I love hearing that. Leave me more comments, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. What's up? Any questions at all? True, by the way, I mean, I'm still Justin. So if you have any nutrition questions, anything you want to ask me, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to ask me about fasting, because I ranted about fasting today. But understand, you're not going to die on fasting. I want to clear this up. You don't need, quote unquote, need anything fasting. You don't need salt. You don't need multivitamins. You don't need broth. You don't need anything. You don't need your precious magnesium supplement. You don't need anything. You don't need anything. Understand that. You need water. That's it. Right? But there are different ways for different goals and blah, blah, blah. And I will write you a complete and utter plan. You're going to get a full guide to fasting. And I'm going to put that up on the Clovis store as an ebook. Also, for those of you that don't have plans, if you're thinking, hey, I like what this guy is saying. I want to walk up the ladder. I want to take the red pill. I want to wake up. Literally, making things fall. Just clovis.store. Oops. My handwriting's terrible. Clovis.store. That's it. Nice and easy. No .com, just Clovis.store. Go there. Check out the custom nutrition plans. You can check out Clovis Kids. You can get ebooks. If you're not ready to jump into a custom nutrition plan, you can get my Perfect Fat Loss Guide, which is a full 30-day protocol. You can get that as an ebook if you just want to dip your toes in the water, but that won't be a customized plan, so it's a little bit different. I want muscles in my arms. Fantastic. Okay, but that's a stepwise goal, right? Tone it up when it's time. When the time is right now, right? Because tone it up means lose fat. That's what people don't understand, is that it becomes this thing like, I want muscles. You have muscles. Have you ever taken a biology class? What happens when you peel your skin off? You're shredded. Peel your skin off everybody and they're all shredded. Six-pack abs, pecs, biceps, triceps, we all got them, right? When you say tone up, you mean lose fat. It's just a term. I hate the term tone up. It makes no sense at all. But yeah, it's just a term that everybody started using. I want to tone. It just means you want to be able to see your muscles, right? It's a body composition change, fat versus muscle. So just keep doing what you're doing. You just need to lose fat. That's it. The muscles are there. They're waiting to be exposed. Want muscles in my arm? Be contacting you about abs. Yes, 100% contact me about abs because I know the tricks. But you're well on your way. I mean, I've seen your before and after pictures, and you have the right nutrition plan to do it. It's just a matter of there does come a time when the time is right. Now you're working against yourself if you have too much body fat, but when you get to a proper body fat percentage, there does come a time when we can actually add mass to those muscles that you want to see. That's different than a fat loss goal, and we'll talk about that. I also want to do handstands. Need to work on that. Yes, handstands are a tough code to crack. For me particularly, I'm not sure. It's one of the hardest things I've ever set out to do. Handstands and rings. So that's right now. I focus more of my training on rings, and I'm just going to get down a lot of those ring movements because I am just a very strong guy. You know, like I can deadlift over 425 pounds. So it's very humbling to be doing these holds on rings, and I'm literally trembling, like my muscles are killing me. Like my every muscle in my body hurts right now from ring training. So it's very humbling. But with that said, the rings being so strength oriented, I think that starting there is actually better for me progression wise to go from rings into handstand training. So that's the way that I'm trying to progress things. So I'm just constantly working towards these things all the time, right? A pull up, yes, I can get you to do a pull up in a matter of weeks. That's nothing. We all have to do handstands now. I'll listen to this one over and over again. I'm at a stall right now. Nothing has changed for like 12 days. Okay, again, 12 days, right. Here's what has happened. First off, Carla, you emailed me, so let's be honest here, right? Be 100% honest. There was something happening in your nutrition plan that was not correct. Numbers in your app were wrong, blah, 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 blah. So you weren't actually on my plan, right? So let's correct that. Let's untangle that. We fixed that, right? You're at a stall for 12 days. 12 days is nothing. It is not even a grain of sand on a beach. It's nothing. You've lost over 40 pounds. So again, be careful too, because if someone's in this room and doesn't know your story, and they say, well, this Carla person, she's got a custom nutrition plan and she's stalled for 12 days. This Justin guy doesn't know what he's talking about. No, Carla's lost over 40 pounds and now is saying I haven't had anything happen in 12 days. And that's where the plan wasn't even set up correctly. I set up the plan correctly, but the macros were set up wrong in her carb manager apps. She's actually following the wrong macros and still lost 40 pounds. Think about that for a second. She didn't even follow the right plan and lost 40 pounds. These are the results that I get, everybody. Yes, I'm bragging on myself right now. I'll get you better results than anybody you have ever met in the nutrition space, period. Hands down. Every day. Can see loss every day. Yes, exactly, right? 58. She lost 58 pounds. So let's just clear up that little mindset thing we just untangled, right? Comment number 1. Nothing's happened in 12 days. Wham! Right? I've lost 58 pounds. Come on. Let's just straighten things out here. I've lost 58 pounds. I'm pissed. Nothing's happened in the last 12 days. You've lost 58 pounds. Wow. Right? All right. What else we got? I've been off and on trying, but I always get headaches. I think with handstands. Yeah, that does happen. It can't happen. Being inverted itself is kind of strange. I don't know if you do headstands, but headstands can be really good for working your way up to handstands. Like a lot of people will go from no handstand training into like assisted handstands on the wall and things like that. I don't think that that's a good idea. I think you're better off starting like A-frame yoga poses and then working your way into like headstands, headstands with your elbows out, headstands with your hands out at first, so you have that 3-point balance, kind of like a stool, then going into the elbows and all these things, right? I can do headstands. Yes, that's awesome, fantastic. So you get headaches doing headstands, or you get headaches doing handstands, or both, because that might be kind of interesting to think about. That Carb Manager app, set them based off my stats. Yes, wrong, 100% wrong. When you get into the Carb Manager app, anybody who has a custom plan, you're going to get custom macros from me, and I'm going to show you how to download the Carb Manager app. Now you have to make sure that you go into those settings and you put, I already know my goals, and you set your goals. Ignore the shit that they give you. I have never seen a website give accurate macros, ever. I've never seen an app or website give accurate macros, ever. I do your macros by hand on this. This is how your custom nutrition plan is made. Every single one of you, yes, all 500 plus of you have been created on this. This is how I do it. My brain and this. Don't go looking for a website. It's not going to help you. What else we got? Start the new job Monday. Had to buy lots of new clothes. That's fantastic. That's awesome. Congratulations. Ursula Keep is down 35 pounds. She's silent in the group because Facebook isn't her thing, but has been working really hard. That's fantastic. Caitlin, you get back on track too. Got your messages. That's awesome. You're going to kill it. I promise. That's so cool. 35 pounds. Nuts. Yeah, so again, if you guys are in the academy, I still haven't figured out if it's just me that can do this. Maybe you guys should look and show me. But if you go into the Clovis Academy and click on the results section, there's a little tab for topics. And I think there's one that says results. I created the topic called results. So if you click results, it's going to get on there. It's pretty great. I want to know how to go about sharing the entire idea of the AMA with my boyfriend who seems so closed-minded. I know he needs Clovis. Okay. Unfortunately, Jess, that's not up to you. Let me tell you what is one of the biggest things that I've come up against in the Clovis Academy is a whole lot of dickhead boyfriends and husbands. I'm not saying that he is, but I'm just saying they're so close-minded, like tremendously close-minded. So what normally happens is it's a lead by example situation where you have a girlfriend or a wife or something like that, and what they'll do is they'll drop 40 pounds or they'll drop 30 pounds or whatever, and then trust me, if you live by example, this dude is going to be looking at you every day just going, ooh, I can't ignore this anymore. I can't ignore this. The last thing you want to do, I always say this about husbands and boyfriends, right? You don't speak their language. You don't know how to speak their language, right? And that's what happens is they always end up going up to the husband, you gotta listen, but this Justin guy, and Justin said this, and Justin did that, and yeah, but you gotta check this out, and like he said this thing, and so blah, blah, blah. No, they don't care. They don't care about the results. They don't care about the testimonies on the Clovis Academy. They don't want to take selfies of themselves. They don't want to talk about non-scale victories and mindset victories, right? Because they're men. They don't want to ask for directions, right? So it's a totally different thing. And they probably don't like me. That happens all the time. That dude's just like, I don't know, my wife likes this guy Justin. He thinks he knows everything. This guy, blah, 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 right? You have to end up speaking their language. So you have to figure out what is holding him back, and it's probably fear, and he doesn't want to tell you this. Men are tremendously insecure. I promise you. I know this because I am one, and I spent all of my life being insecure, and now I did everything in my power to make sure that I'm not insecure. I make sure that I can lift 400 pounds. I make sure that I can kill people with my bare hands, right? The reason for all these things spawn from insecurity, 100%. So guys are just, they're ridiculously insecure. They do not want their girlfriends telling them that they need to lose weight. They do not want their girlfriends telling them how to lose weight. They are afraid of listening to a guy like Justin because, well, that guy has abs, fuck that guy, right? That's literally what their brain is doing. So, I don't know. That's a good question. The only thing you can do is lead by example. I did a rant on boyfriends and husbands once, and I'll probably turn it into a podcast at some point. I ripped the video off Facebook, and I might turn it into a podcast. We'll see. And it just depends. If the dude's honest, and he hears that rant that I do about boyfriends and husbands, maybe he'll be like, you know what, that guy's kind of right, Everything that I have built here, everything, being a 32-year-old man who owns a nutrition company, every ounce of this came from insecurity. Every bit of it. I promise you. All I wanted to be was Arnold Schwarzenegger growing up. That's it, right? right? I was hooked on ephedrine and caffeine pills when I was 15, lifting weights in the basement. I was a psychopath, right? So I'm telling you, it's different with guys. It's different. It's usually even more deep-seated with guys than it is with girls. Yeah, it's tough. Show him. That's it. All you can do is keep showing him. Just show. That's it. What else we got? That rant is what sold my husband. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that into a podcast for sure. Your powders are good stuff, my guy, this evening. Awesome. That's fantastic. I love it. Thank you, man. Side note: breaking my longest fast ever in 8 minutes, 49 hours. Whoop. That's crazy, Sam. That's a long time. 48 hours is a solid one. Oh, 49 hours. Killer. Nice. How you feel? Tell us how you feel. Why are you breaking? Keep going. Go 72 hours. Why not, right? I was pissed. I'm actually pissed I had to break my fast. I wanted to do 7 days and do intense workouts every day just to do it. I got to 102 hours with intense workouts daily, and then I got in a bad car accident. And I was driving home from the car accident, and I got really lightheaded and was like, I don't know if this is from that or if this is from not eating. And my whole family was like, dude, can you please eat? Like, please. You're 102 hours fasted. You just got hit and run, totaled your car. Like, literally, the guy took off running. My truck's totaled. It was crazy. But I ended up eating, and I was pissed. Because I made a real good dinner. I feel good, but a smidge hungry. That's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, go ahead and break it. Don't worry about it. All you fasting folks are amazing. I'm going to do it. Definitely will do it long before I ever take a cold shower. Yes, I'm constantly trying to get people to do things that are uncomfortable, right? There is benefit in that. Remember, that's why there's a common theme. Struggle is real. Struggle is good. Very good. What are the benefits of doing intense workouts fasted? This all depends on your goals. So you're actually in a prime state to work out, especially if you want muscle growth. Because your IGF, which is your growth factor, and your noradrenaline both spike. Not IGF, I'm sorry, your growth hormone. So growth hormone spike and noradrenaline spike. Both of these things are like a perfect cocktail for lean muscle mass. So literally, your growth hormone it jumps by like 300% by like day 3 or something. Don't quote me on that, but the numbers are staggering, right? So the other thing is, if your goal is fat loss and you're doing an intense workout, then you're just blasting any and all glycogen that's possibly in your body, glycogen being stored sugar, right? Now that said, I'm 100% fat adapted, so it's probably a little bit easier for me. If you jump into a straight full fast, I was doing a water only fast. I did water and black coffee. It's probably gonna suck. It didn't suck for me. I've been fat adapted for years. But there's a lot of benefit to it. Now, I was just doing it to prove a point because my blood sugar was down in the 60s and I was doing intense workouts, which medically I would have been hypoglycemic at that point and should drink a glass of orange juice. Instead, I was doing CrossFit style, high intensity training with weights. There's a ton of benefits to it, man. The benefits of fasting are endless. It's like the best magic pill I've ever found. Go back and watch AMA number 25. So if you go to clovis.store, right here, clovis.store/AMA, you can see all the previous AMAs. Go watch AMA number 25, which is called Fasting Facts from Longevity to Fat Loss. Yeah, trust me, you want to jump. If your goal is physique, you'd be silly not to get into this. And I'm going to write a full-blown guide to fasting for everybody. So that's going to be great. 51 hours fasting, I'm a smidge hungry too. Yeah, that's awesome. So I'm going to eat. I just got super lost in accident. I was super mad. I'm normally not like that. Got super lost on accident. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. 51 hours, dude, it's real. So awesome. Kimberly, Justin, Sam, and I are sisters, by the way, if you didn't know. Yeah, I had a feeling that there was some kind of family connection because I remember the Safford name, but I didn't know that you were sisters. You might have said that in your email. Maybe. I don't know. Guys, if I forget personal details, don't hate me. I am going to start taking screenshots of my inbox so you guys can see what that looks like. It is ridiculous. It's a lot. All right, you guys got any more questions? Where are we at? It's only 9:11. It's crazy. We usually go to like 9:30 on these things because I have so much to talk about. But this was actually, I kind of just, like I said, I kind of pulled this AMA out of thin air. If you guys have any other questions, anything that you've been concerned about, anything you're worried about, like Carla, nothing has happened in 12 days. Lost 58 pounds, right? Okay, so silly question. Does anyone drink LaCroix while fasting? Don't do it. I feel like my body would think, flavor, we want food. Don't do it. No. I know Zevia is out because you don't want to mess with anything anything at all that could be considered a sweetener, like LaCroix. They have natural flavors in their stuff. LaCroix I'm usually fine with, but I've actually had a few people have really bad reactions to LaCroix. I don't actually know what's in LaCroix. Like Zevia, I know the founder is a good dude, but again, you don't want any kind of stevia, any kind of 0-calorie sweetener, nothing. When you fast, it's water, black coffee, and green tea. That is it. Now, a lot of people ask me about bone broth. You don't need bone broth, right? We use bone broth for people where the goal is to do a prolonged fast, like we're talking over 7 days, and their only goal is fat loss, because bone broth will stunt autophagy. If you don't know what autophagy means, go back and watch that episode. You ain't got time for our personal shit. No hate at all, totally understandable. Okay, silly question, watch that one. Both make me ill. Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing. I mean, really, just get into, I mean, I'm telling you, water. Zevia is okay in general, yes, for sure. In general, in the basic Clovis protocol, I have no problem with Zevia. Yeah, at all. All right, what else we got? Any more questions? I feel like there's an inside joke happening that I'm not getting. What do you guys got? I'll hang out. You know me. I'll hang as long as you want me to. It's fine. Everything's fine. Yes, Sam. Everything is fine. Continue up the ladder of progress. It's fantastic. We'll do headstands and handstands and ring muscle ups. It's going to be nice. All right. Anybody got anything? Questions? You know what I've noticed too, and that I have to get better at with this, is I forget that, like me talking right now, you're going to hear these words probably 6 or 7 seconds after I say them. Probably like maybe even 7 to 10 like full seconds after I say them. So I might be like, hey guys, do you have any questions? And to me, it feels like an eternity. Feels like forever before little comments pop up. So I have to remember that, just there's that little delay there. Yeah, I can see myself right now making that ridiculous face. So what else we got? Anything? Anything about fasting? Anything about mindset? Any questions about career? If you're not in I Am Clovis, get into I Am Clovis. There's no... If you guys... I said this last week, I think. If you guys are here watching me every single week and you're learning all these things and you're like on the fence and you're trying to gather all the information that you can, like just get your priorities straight. Like think about everything that's come up from my brain into your brain. Get your priorities straight and just work with me one-on-one. When we do these custom nutrition plans, it's me and you, one-on-one, working together. You don't work with Justin's team. You don't work with Justin's personal assistant. You work with me. It becomes me and you. We develop a personal relationship. We do this together. Clovis.store. That's it. I have a non-Clovis related question. Keeping the face. Ice cold beer in the shade. Now I'm going outside to have an ice cold beer in the shade. 100%. I have Billy Joel music tattooed on me. I promise you. That's an awesome question. That's one of the greatest songs of all time. If anybody is watching this and you don't know what Carl is talking about, we can't be friends. Go look up Keeping the Faith by Billy Joel. Do yourself a favor, look up the music video for Keeping the Faith by Billy Joel, because it's freaking awesome. It's so good. Keeping the Faith is fantastic. I'm going outside to have an ice cold beer in the shade. Yep. You can calm me down in a panic. You calm me down in a panic. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it. We're running out of stuff to talk about. My kids love Billy Joel. That's amazing. I love Billy Joel. I'll play Billy Joel for your kids sometime. Anything else? Anything? We good? Also, remember, podcast, the Perfect Podcast. If you go to any major podcast platform and just search for my name, Justin Nault, Nault, it'll pop right up. Every single AMA is there. And the good thing about the AMAs is like all this stuff, like I edit the podcast myself, right? So when I'm sitting here like, hey guys, got anything? Let's talk about Billy Joel. What do you want to do? Like this all gets edited out, right? It's fun here live, like when you guys are here. I love doing this stuff live with you. But I pull all that out of the podcast. It's all edited out. All the fluff is gone. So it's literally like just the good stuff. I keep the questions in from people. So like the live Q&A section, there's a question and then I answer it, blah, blah, blah. It's fantastic. My son likes to play Billy Joel. He's 12. That's awesome. I started playing Piano Man at recitals when I was 8. Great. I've been playing Billy Joel for that long. I'm 32 now. It's nuts. All right. Let's wrap this up, guys. This has been AMA number 32, Life After Success. Again, everyone's success is different. Understand that. Get rid of the self-limiting beliefs. If you are overweight, you are not going to be overweight forever. If you are obese, you are not going to be obese forever. Let me help you. Let you help yourself. First live was the best live. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Jess. I appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of this thing. I'm glad that Sam got you on board. That's awesome. And if you guys have any questions in the meantime, you know, justin@clovisculture.com. When you go to clovis.store, you can see a Facebook Messenger button. You can see a Ask Us Questions buttons. It's so many ways to get in touch with me. It's not even funny. And all those ways come directly to me, okay? Understand that. So, me and you, one-on-one, let's do this thing together. Get yourself a custom nutrition plan. Also, going to be working on an incentivization program. Is that a real word? Did I just make that up? To help you guys share these custom plans with your other people, okay? Best AMA other than number one for someone that is interested in Clovis. Yeah, probably what makes Clovis different and why you need it. There's a few of them. How to lose weight by eating less. How to lose weight by eating more and exercising less. That's a great one. So again, clovis.store.ama/AMA. How to lose weight by eating more and exercising less. That's a great one. Clovis is not keto is a particularly good one now because everyone is running around thinking that they know what keto is and they don't. So keto is such a hot topic and low carb is such a hot topic right now that Clovis is not keto is a good one. So how to lose weight by eating more and exercising less. Clovis is not keto. What makes Clovis different and why you need it. That is a fantastic episode. That's definitely one that I would check out. Number 27, that's the one that got me hooked. What was number 27? Let me see. What makes Clovis different? Yeah, what makes Clovis different and why you need it. Definitely check that one out. That's probably one of my favorite episodes too. So check it out. That's number 27. Brett, send that to people. Yeah, any of these, you can share them. Again, they're on iTunes, they're on Google Play. They're all the podcasts are on Spotify, Clovis.store, Clovis.store/AMA gets you to all the AMAs and all those AMAs underneath. So you have like the video player and then underneath you have all the show notes. So it'll be like at the 4-minute mark, we talk about fat, right? And then you have show notes down at the bottom and it'll be like book, podcast, whatever I talk about, right? Blah, 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 blah. So all the show notes and resources. I mean, that's a wealth of information. Like, it's kind of insane. Kind of insane how much free info is there. It's really ridiculous. You rebuild your entire life on that website. My handwriting's so bad. It's so funny when I watch it come up there a couple seconds later. Anyway, live Ask Me Anything, number 32. I'm going to turn on my sauna. It's going to be awesome. Jump in the infrared sauna, spend some time in there, do my nightly Panda Planner journaling, do some meditation, take an ice cold shower, sleep like a baby, and track my sleep with this amazing Oura Ring. I'm very excited about it. Life is good, everybody. Remove the limiting beliefs. Please remove the limiting beliefs. If you need help removing the limiting beliefs, just give me a shout. We can talk about this. We can talk about my story. We can go as deep as you want. We can talk about the limiting beliefs that I had. We can talk about the insecurities. We can talk about the fact that I used to drink my face off every night, right? All these things that I've been through. I've been there, guys. I'm a normal person who figured some shit out. That's it. And I will help you do the same. Thank you guys for being here. Do simple shit. That's right. Hashtag do simple shit. Thank you, Brett. You guys are awesome. I want you to have an amazing night. Go out. Love your people. Do amazing things. Share this with somebody that you love. The podcast and blog will be up within the next couple days. It always is. I'm actually completely off tomorrow, except for Clovis. Obviously, I'll work on Clovis all day, but I have a Thursday night with nothing scheduled. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. So should be able to get a lot done tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me do this. Really, I want you guys to understand that when I talk about your stories, it's really hard for me not to cry sometimes. Like, I want you to understand what this means to me. Like, it means a tremendous amount. Your success is my success. I promise you that. That's like 100%. Sarah. I just saw Sarah Smith's comment. You playing Singing Piano Man, taking me back to the days of growing up with my big afro singing Piano Man in the auditorium. Amazing. Let's end on that note. I love you guys. Thank you so much. This is Justin Nault. Clovis, live. Ask Me Anything, number 32. Life after success. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Share it. I'll see you tomorrow in the groups live. Bye.